going live. Look at the little ducky. Oh, time to add a description. Yoga.
Right, dharma. Just setting up other phones. Will be going in 1 minute.
All right. You can stop.
Good morning. Hope everybody is doing well today. Today is the yoga wheel. So if you have some blocks, we're going to need them for sure today. So if you don't have blocks, grab maybe a couple of books. It's just to stabilize the wheel when we're standing on it so that it gives you a little bit more control. And if you need to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom now, because when you're rolling on it, it's not very pleasant. And the other thing, if you have long hair, make sure you're tying it up, because when we're going to start on our backs and we're going to roll. So if you are ready to go, let's start right now. All right, so we're going to come right on our backs right away. Bring your feet off the mat, come to the back of the mat, and bring your wheel in the neutral position. So again, neutral position, you want to bring that wheel as low down to the sacrum as possible, thumbs inside the wheel. Feet off of the mat, and I just want you to fall into the wheel, grabbing the back of your head and just letting your head hang into the hands. So we're going to stay like this for good 8 breaths. I know at the beginning it's quite uncomfortable. Just let your body fall into the wheel. All right? Do not strain the neck. Open up the elbows really wide and open up the heart. And just let the head fall into the hands and the back, getting used to being on the wheel. So take longer inhales and longer exhales. Really breathing from the belly. Two more breaths. And slowly release. Grab the bottom of the wheel and then make your way back into the neutral position. From here, the next one we're going to do is you're going to come back and lie back, extend the arms and interlace the hands. Bringing your head in between your arms, reach to the right. So same thing as we do when we're standing up, but we're just on the wheel. So you really want to reach that left arm towards the right and your right arm pulling the left. Belly to spine. Coming back to center. Shoulder blades going down the back, and then going to the left. Another breath. And coming back to center. Readjust. And now we're going to start to roll. So I really want you to have confidence that you will be okay on the wheel, because it's always a little bit stressful for the beginners. So you can hold the wheel if you want, and just reach back and forth. So the way I do it is I allow my legs to move me, right? So I'm not doing anything on the wheel. I'm just bringing the legs straight and rolling the wheel up and down my back. It's a nice spinal massage, making sure your belly is connected and you have micro movements along the spine with the wheel. Your spine is always connected to the wheel, moving back and forth. If you want to add on, we can roll to the back of the mat, and then coming onto your toes and bringing your knees down towards the mat. I don't know if you see me this way, so I'll move back. So you really want to go back, roll, straight legs, and then coming forward, coming over the toes, and then the back of the head is on the wheel. So we're going into a deeper and longer stretch, stretching it out, rolling back. Let's go for 2 more up and downs, and then we'll meet again in neutral position. And come back to neutral position. Now you see, as you're rolling, the wheel moves up the spine. So grab the inside of the yoga wheel and then come back into neutral position. Give me any comments you have, any questions, let me know. The next pose we're going to go into is a fish pose, and we're going to stay in that for a good 5-6 breaths, all right? So get yourself set up with bringing the yoga wheel down to the sacrum, and then roll, roll, roll until the crown of your head touches the mat. Keeping the legs straight, pointing the toes, and reaching the arms in a prayer position. Closing your eyes and just enjoying this fish pose. Three more breaths. Last one. And slowly come out of it. Do a gentle hug with your knees. And now we're going to fire up the core. So I know we tried this last time. We're going to do it at the beginning right now. You're going to go and you want your shoulder blades to land on the mat. So shoulder blades and the back of your head have to land on the mat. And we're going to bring ourselves into an inversion with our wheel. So getting yourself set up in a neutral position, leaning back, and now this one you really want to keep your head looking towards your belly button. So you're going to roll. You can hold the wheel if you want. It's just this part here that is a little bit, stressful because you don't know where you're going to lead, but grabbing the wheel once your shoulder blades are on the mat. Chin is connected to the chest, and then you lift your legs. All right, so your core is completely engaged and your belly is going towards the spine. You don't want your spine to lift or to round at all. All right, flex the toes towards your face, engage the legs, and now without moving the left leg, you're going to come down halfway into like an L kick. So you really want the belly towards the spine. You don't want it to balloon out. Coming back up, super slowly, and then the left. And up, and then the right again. And the left. You could continue doing this one leg at a time, or if you want it a little more intense, bringing both. Now with both,
You really want to make sure that the mid of the spine does not lift off the wheel. Total connection. Again, coming down for 5. For 4. Keep breathing. Making sure you don't look side to side. Listen to my voice. Last one. You're going to hold it there, hovering. Keeping the wheel really, really strong. Another breath. Coming back up. From here, open up your legs. Flexing the toes, bringing them back up to center. Open. Nice splits. 3 more. Last one. Hold it there. Bringing the legs back. You're going to come into a plow pose. So going legs over the head, staying in your plow pose, and you can slowly roll the wheel away from you and then coming back onto the mat, 1 vertebrae at a time. And then coming up into a seated position
and just fold forward. All right, so we're going to start with a little side stretch on this series. You're going to come to the end of your mat. You're going to bring the wheel by your side. So it all depends on how long your torso is. You're going to want to move the wheel. So play with it, as you're getting into it. I'm short, so I like keeping it really close because my torso's not long. So we're going to go into side planks. I'll show you the series, and then you guys will do it on both ways, all right? So you're going to roll it out, and you really want the entire side of the body to be latched on to the wheel, okay? So you roll, 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 keeping the right arm beside the wheel. You might have to move it with your left, and you don't want any twisting or turning with the wheel. You really want to keep it straight, and you bring your right arm down, okay? From here, you can keep your knee bent, all right? You're gonna lift your left arm up. If you're keeping your knee bent, that's fine. Bringing the motion of moving the arm around, stretching it out, really playing with motion and movement. You can lift your leg. If you wanna have it a little bit more intense, stretch out that right leg, reach up, flexing your feet. And then, of course, you can try and bind. All right, so that's that series. We're going to start now. Getting yourself ready to go. Rolling out the wheel and setting yourself up. Looking at the wheel, making sure it's not crooked. So once the elbow is down, get into whatever position you would like, and then bring the left arm up. Look up. If your neck is hurting you, you can hold your head with your right hand. So from here, bringing the arm over the head, bringing the arm under, really reaching around, circling the arm, maybe bringing up the leg, and then coming into a static pose, holding it there, belly to spine. And let's go for up and down, left leg, lifting up for 5. You can continue doing this, and if you want to play, you can grab your left foot. Do a nice hamstring stretch, and then kick your leg back. So your core has to be totally engaged. 1 more breath.
and release. Coming back down and release it. Your core should be starting to fire up, being active. I'm getting super hot now. All right, let's go on to the left side. So same thing, reaching your wheel as far as you need it, bringing your left hand down. Always remember micro adjustments. So keeping the knee bent or extend, bringing the right arm up. Hold it there for breath. And then when you're ready, reach forward and back in circles. Extend and move at your speed. If you're ready, bringing your right leg up, reach up the right hand, making sure you're flexing the feet, and then coming up and down. Last two. And maybe binding. Extend. Extension. And release. Perfect. We're going to meet in a downward facing dog. So coming on to all fours, bringing the wheel in front in the middle of the mat, tuck the toes, and just hover the knees for breath in and out. And then pushing your way into a downward facing dog. If it's your first dog of the day, walk it out. Maybe leaning a little bit, lifting your legs on the side, extension. Come down, bringing the right leg up, extend it, come down. So we're gonna roll into a plank. Remember, we don't want the wheel to move too much. It's the body that's moving. Coming into a plank, hold it there. And then rolling back up. And then coming into a plank, squeeze everything you've got. And then rolling back to a dog. We're gonna flow now, let's go. Into a plank. Dip the hips, look up, upward dog. Pushing back into a plank and downward facing dog. Rolling the wheel behind you. Bring the feet back together, half lift, and then fold. Grab the wheel wherever you can. Releasing the wheel, coming back up, and doing a nice back bend. Ears and arms are glued together. And then releasing down, downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Again, rolling into a plank. Dip the hips, upward dog. Back to a plank. Downward facing dog. The connection with the belly and spine is crucial. Rolling the wheel back. Bring the toes together, half lift and fold. Maybe dig a little bit deeper with your fold. And then releasing and bringing the wheel up. And a back bend. And release, downward facing dog. Bringing your right leg up to sky. You're not going to go high. And then knee to nose, round your spine. Back up to sky. Hold it there. And knee to right elbow, squeeze. Back up to sky. To the left, cross it over. And then back up to sky and release. Coming into a plank. Down, upward dog. And downward facing dog. Setting yourself up for the left side. Lifting the left leg up.
Knee to nose, round that spine. Back up to sky. Knee to left elbow. Back up. Cross it over to the right. Back up. And bring it down. Let's flow it out. Plank. Upward dog. And downward facing dog. For a breath in and a breath out. Rolling the wheel towards you. So this is where we need a block. You're going to grab your block or your book, anything that's strong and has a bit of weight to it. And you're going to bring the yoga wheel to the block. Hands on your hips, leaning onto that left leg, bringing your right leg up, and then putting the foot on the wheel. So we're going to make our way into a warrior one. You might have to slide that left foot back or forward, depending on how, again, long your legs are. Turn the hips towards the front of the mat. So you have a tendency when you're on the wheel to like go out to the left when you have your right foot on it. Really make the hips square towards the front of the mat. From here, you're going to bring your knee forward. You don't want your knee over the toes. You really want it into a 90-degree angle. And then reach up, warrior one. So you're pushing that leg so much so into the wheel, and it's really stabilizing the leg. You want to bring also that right hip, the tailbone down. Reach. Another breath. You're going to interlace your hands. Don't move the leg. Interlace your hands behind your back. Lift up and then fold forward. One more breath. Rising up, reach up and coming into warrior two. So again, you might have to set the leg, the standing leg a little bit behind or forward. Reach it up. Beautiful, guys. From here, we're going to fly our warrior reach, straighten out the leg, and then coming down. You will feel your wheel wobbly. Push harder into the wheel. Rise up. Squeeze everything you've got. Coming back down. Last one, reach. And down. Dance your warrior back. Coming back to warrior two. From here, extending the leg. Keeping that foot down. Reach the right arm up, down, and left arm up. One more breath. Coming back to warrior two. Into warrior one. And then hands on the wheel so that you can get off. Planting your hands down on the mat and then rolling up, reaching up. Hands to heart. Hands on your hips. And then bringing your left foot on the wheel. Setting yourself up for warrior one. Upstairs. I want you to put your foot onto the top of the wheel, all right? The more your foot is connected onto the wheel, the better. From here, reach up, warrior one. Reach higher, and then bring the arms behind your back. Lift the heart up and humble warrior. For another breath in and out. And then coming up slowly, connect the belly to the spine. Reach up, warrior one. Into warrior two. Making sure that leg is at a 90-degree angle, squeezing everything you've got. Let's fly. Reach that left leg straight and coming back down. And again, rise and down. Last one, reach, stretch, and coming down. Dancing your warrior back, and coming back up. Extending that left leg, sliding the left arm down, reaching up. And then coming back to warrior two, and into warrior one. Planting the hands on the wheel, releasing the wheel, and then folding forward. You can have your hands on the wheel, bending one leg at a time. You're keeping the left hand on the wheel, so we're really at a tabletop standing, and I want you to reach the right arm up, twisting to the right. If you can grab the left thigh with the right arm to get a deeper twist. But really leaning onto the left. Maybe coming up onto your toes. And down. Let's do that 3 times. Lift onto your toes. And then coming back to center. Both hands on the wheel and leaning in. Forward fold. Coming back, bringing the left arm off the wheel, right hand on, lift up. Trying to keep the hips square. And then if you need to bind, and then looking up. From here, coming onto your toes, and down, and up, and down. Last one, reach. And release, both hands on the wheel, forward fold. All right, you're gonna remove the block. You could always keep it, but I think we can all remove the block. You're gonna stand at the back of your mat, and you're gonna bring the wheel beside you. We're gonna go into half moon. So again, making sure that wheel is straight, leaning onto it with the right hand, and then working your way into getting into the half moon. So you can stay exactly like this, making sure the standing leg is strong and the floating leg is flexed. From here, bringing your arm up, reach. If you want to bind, you can grab the leg with your left hand. Looking up or looking down for balance, sometimes it's easier. Really kicking that foot into the hand, and the hand is resisting. And do not lock the standing leg with your knees. One more breath in. Release, come back to a half moon. And then bringing both hands on the wheel, bringing the standing foot toes towards the wheel, and come into a standing split. And release. Shake it out. Coming on to the left side. Setting yourself up. And then reaching the left hand on the wheel. Roll it back. I think there was something that went on. Sorry about that, guys. Do you see me? All right. Coming on to the left side. Reaching that leg, that wheel further away and lifting up. Flexing the floating foot, making sure your belly is connected. Reaching up. Engage the legs, the belly, squeezing the shoulder blades together. If you want, you can bind. Slow movements, being careful with the yoga wheel. Kicking that foot into the leg. One more breath. Coming back into a half moon. And then slowly bringing the arm onto the wheel. Turn that left foot and coming into a standing split. And release. Shake it out. All right, we're going to make our way onto the ground. So you might want to use your blocks coming onto your knees. We're going to just come into a puppy pose for the first sequence. So bringing your hands onto the wheel,
Bringing your behind up and head between the arms.
you want to push the hands into the wheel to activate the arms.
Maybe rolling back and forth. And release.
All right, so you might want to bring your blocks beside you. We're going to work our way into a splits, half split, full split. So you're going to stand on the right, your left knee and your right leg is going to go onto the wheel. Reason I say you might want to have your blocks is because you want to roll back and then you're going to roll back and forward into a Hanuman and then into a full range split. If you don't need the blocks, you don't have to use them. You can walk your hands around. And then the last one, if you have it in you, you tuck your toes and you stay into your split. So setting yourself up first, coming into Hanuman, half split, leaning onto the left leg, coming up, and then folding forward, making sure the toes are flexed. Again, lift and fold. Rolling forward to the front of your mat, and we're just going to roll, staying on your knees, and back. Again, rolling forward and back. Next one, you're going to roll forward. You could stay here, or if you want a deeper stretch, tuck the toe, lift the knee. Flexing that right foot. Long spine. One more breath. And release. And then bringing the left leg back and coming into the middle of the mat. We're going to work on side split. So again, same thing, rolling back and forth. You might have to adjust the wheel again. And then rolling back and forth, opening up the legs. Last one. Roll it out and just stay there for a breath in and a breath out, flexing that foot. And then gently coming out of it, holding onto the wheel when you get off. Go onto the left side, so leaning down onto the right side, bringing that left leg forward. Setting yourself up for half split, holding onto the wheel, lift up, flexing those toes, fold forward. Again, lift up and fold, long spine. Planting the hands and then going back and forth. Reach and back. Move super slowly. One more time, we're going to go forward, staying here or tucking the toes and extending the leg. Another breath. And then coming down, rolling back, and holding onto the wheel, release. Let's meet in a child's pose.
Pushing your hands into the wheel, come up.
And let's meet in a, got to do the side split. Back on the wheel. And then fold, slide back and forth. You could keep the back toe tucked or keep the toes on the mat. And last one, you're going to really stick it out, hands down, and just breathe into this pose. And then coming up, release. Coming onto your seat and opening up your legs. We're just going to do some forward fold, side to side. Reaching up, keeping the flesh away from you, sitting on your sit bones, toes and knees really parallel to the ceiling, and then reaching forward. So you're using your core to roll yourself up, so you can roll back and forth, keeping the belly to the spine, using your arms, pushing the hands. So when we roll forward, we roll up, squeeze the shoulder blades together and back down. Let's do that 2 more times. And release. Let's go on to the right side, reaching up. And rolling back and forth. And coming back, going on to the left side. Reach. You really want to try to make sure that the sit bones are both connected to the mat. You don't want to lift too much. You really want to keep that connection. Last one. And reach up. Awesome. Coming forward, feet going to the front of your mat. You're going to bring your right foot inside the wheel and the hands at the bottom part of the wheel facing you. Flexing the left foot, coming up. Squeezing everything you've got, pushing the foot into the wheel, and the biceps are coming towards you, pushing the wheel towards you. Real connection. From here, you're going to roll 1 vertebrae at a time down. You don't want to lift that left leg. Squeeze everything you've got. Coming down onto the floor. Take a breath in, and then bringing the wheel towards you. Another breath. Breathe where it's tight. And then slowly, your foot is now pushing the wheel away from you. Your arms come straight, and you're bringing your core up. Lift up and release. Let's go on to the left side. Setting yourself up, take a breath in and up. Squeeze all you got. Flexing that right foot. Lower 1 vertebrae at a time. That came down fast on that one. Take a breath in and then bringing the wheel towards you. Making sure you're breathing wherever you're feeling tight. Bring that oxygen. Bring your breath. And then now push back, kick back, straight arms, lifting up. And reach. You want to play with a little bit of balance. Stand tall and then bring the right foot inside the wheel. And hold it there. If you want to add on, you can roll back. And then coming back into a boat pose. Do that 2 times. Rolling back. And up. Last one. Roll back. And up. Hold it there. Smile. And release. That's awesome, guys. Coming forward. bringing the right wheel, the wheel into the right leg, and let's just do a nice little twist. Left arm up, pushing the wheel into the left leg, and the left leg pushing the wheel. Take a breath in, and then twist to the right. Come back to center, do a counter twist, and then changing sides. Right arm up, hook it onto the left side of the wheel, take a breath in, and then twist to the left. And release. Remove the wheel. Shake out the legs. And then slowly making your way into Shavasana. Often I'll tell you, keep the wheel between your legs during our Shavasana so that you can have the connection of the wheel that you just had for the last hour, 45 minutes. And then release the arms down, shoulders down the spine, tailbone going down the front of the mat. Taking a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Seal your lips, close your eyes, and just melt into your mat. Breathing in and out through the belly. Turning onto the right side. And then making your way into a seated position. Hands on your knees, closing your eyes. Take a breath in and out. Hands to heart. Thumbs to forehead. And bow, give thanks. Hands to heart. I hope you enjoyed this yoga wheel session. I'm teaching it to Yoga Flow. If you want to join me, and if you happen to miss the class or a bit of it, you can always go on our YouTube channel at Studio Tribe. I hope you have an awesome day. Namaste.